Hello and welcome to A Quest for Metal. Again, we are back here. No green screen. I mean, I could probably put a green screen here, actually. It is green. I might try that. But anyway, we are back here. Still got the same shirt on because I film in bulk. That's why I'm not a grubby bastard. I film in bulk. So today is a weird one. We're going to try and do my favourite band from each of the genres of metal. And I said favourite, but what I really meant was the best band from every genre. Now, I'm not going to be biased on this. I'm going to try and do it as unbiasedly as I can, which isn't even a word, but we're going to roll with it. So, no bias, really. And we're going to try and just pick out what the best band of each genre is. And it's going to be super hard to do, to be obviously, because, you know, people have differing opinions of what's the best and what they like the best. I can kind of separate that, because there's some bands that I'd be like, I'd put that there, but I need to take that away. You need to take that away. I just do what is the best. So I'm ready for some loads of fucking arguing in the comments, because it'll be fun. Argue with each other, argue with me, argue with the world of what's the best in my ranking and why it's shit. Because it's fun, and it's interactive, and let's start with traditional heavy metal. So, bands in this genre are bands like Maiden, bands like Judas Priest, bands like Saxon, bands like Dio, and so on, so forth. So, Motorhead, you could say they're thrashy, but probably classic heavy metal. Motorhead, a classic. Now, this is a hard genre. This is probably one of the hardest genres because all those bands easily could be the best, considered the best. My favourite is Iron Maiden, and they are pretty fucking good. But if I had to choose one band that encapsulates heavy metal, that encapsulates that whole genre, it would have to be Judas Priest. They bleed metal. A lot of their album covers say metal. Defenders of the Faith. British Steel. That is just pure metal. If someone came up to me and said, what's the most metal band of all time? I'd say Judas Priest. They have leather. They ride motorbikes. There's chains. There's even a song called Hellbent for Leather. It's just the most classic metal sound, in my opinion, and Breaking the Law. I mean, come on. Painkiller is probably one of the best songs of all time. And I said I wasn't going to be biased, but I do like Judas Priest. But as I said, I prefer Maiden. Just a little bit. I prefer Maiden. But, come on. Maiden's more operatic, there's more storytelling. I could probably see them mixing with prog a lot. And Power as well. But Judas Priest are just pure classic heavy metal, so they have to be here. And you can argue in the comments, because Dio could easily be here, and so could Motorhead and whatever. But I think Judas Priest is the perfect pick for classic heavy metal. Next, we're going to go with death metal. And this is a hard one. There is a lot of good death metal. You got Carcass, Deicide, Morbid Angel, Cannibal Corpse. But I said I'm not biased, but this one is actually my favourite death metal band. So, a little bit of bias in this one. But I do think they're the best. I just do think they're the best. They're one of the pioneers, probably the pioneer, behind Possessed, and that is Death. They pretty much started death metal, and they perfected it as soon as it started, and everything else past then is not as good as Death. Death is just, Chuck is a legend, and Death is amazing. Scream Bloody Gore is just, you put that on, people know it's death metal. People instantly know it's death metal. It's the most death metal of death metal. So is Leprosy. People instantly know it's death metal. But again, you can kind of say that they went a bit proggy as well, into the more technical death metal side, progressive death metal side with Sound of Perseverance and Human and all that, and Symbolic. But if we're talking about the first half of the discography, they are pure death metal. So I think they deserve to be here. But you could easily put Cannibal Corpse here. I'm tempted to do that just because Cannibal Corpse are just the same thing the entire time. They're just death metal, death metal, death metal, death metal, death metal. There's no changing. So if I was gonna say, I might change my pick. I might change my pick to Cannibal Corpse just because they stay death metal the entire time. Sure, you might not like them now. You might be like, oh, Chris Barnes is better. I like Corpse Grinder. I also like Chris Barnes. But they're both good. I like everything by Cannibal Corpse. I think they're just the cookie cutter death metal for a reason, because all they play is death metal. So I think they're the perfect pick. Next, for black metal, this is a hard one. There's a lot. Mayhem Emperor, Burzum, Bathory. Oh, I want to put Bathory here. Bathory is so good, but they went into a Viking metal direction and then a punk direction, and then back to Viking again. But it has to be Dark Throne. Dark Throne just encapsulates black metal as a whole. All the albums, pretty much. Well, they went a bit crust punky later, but most of the albums, pure bloody death metal, and it's black metal, and it's amazing. It's dark, it's fast, it's shrieky, and it's exactly what you want. And they are just perfect black metal band. A perfect black metal band. You could argue Immortal could be here as well, because their sound hasn't really changed. So that's tempting to put Immortal here, but Dark Throne is probably the pinnacle of black metal, and most people say that it's the best, so Dark Throne has to go at the top of black metal. Moving on to power metal, this has a wide genre. I'm going to throw Symphonic in here as well, just all those bands, even like Ailstorm and stuff, they're going in here. So there's millions of bands here, and there's millions to choose from. I don't know if this is going to please everyone, so I mean, you got the big hitters, you got Hammerfall, you got Iced Earth, you got Blind Guardian, and you got Helloween, which most people would say is the best. It's not my favourite, but I do enjoy it. So I'm going to put Helloween here as the best of power metal, because it is the king of power metal. I mean, you ask anyone, they're probably going to say Helloween is the best power metal band. They're the ones that started it, pretty much. I know they're not the ones that exactly started it, but they pioneered it, and Helloween is super, super popular, and most people would say that it belongs as the king of power metal. So Helloween is going here. Next up, progressive metal, and again, there's loads of progressive death bands, there's loads of hybrids. Prog is a good hybrid band, good hybrid genre. I really want to put Opeth here, but I can't, because they just have I just can't, because I mean, they are amazing prog band, but in interviews and stuff, even Mikhail himself has said he was being inspired by other prog bands, and other prog bands are a lot more popular. Like Queensryche is a lot more popular than Opeth, and so is Dream Theater, which is going to be the top of this list. Dream Theater is the best progressive metal band. It's not my favourite. It is one of my favourites, but it has to be here, just because Mikhail himself even said he was influenced by Dream Theater, Images and Words, and the first album, When Dreams and Day Unite. And they are classics. Dream Theater is classic. I don't think anyone's going to argue with me that Dream Theater should be at the top of this list, because they are the most progressive metal band, so they should be at the top of this fucking list. And everyone I know really likes them. People in the comments that hate them, but everyone I know likes them, and they are a fantastic prog metal band, so they deserve to be the kings of prog. Next up, we got doom metal, and I don't even need to explain this one a lot. I know there's loads of bands: Sleep, Sun O / however the fuck you say it, even though it's more drone, but whatever. Ahab, Farragoth, I don't know what it is, but it's the first Funeral Doom album, and it's a great album. Swallow the Sun, there's loads of doom bands, they're all good. High on Fire, Electric Wizard, which almost made it here, but the main band is Black Sabbath. It's Black Sabbath. They are doom. They're the first metal band, the most influential band. This is why it wasn't in the classic heavy metal, because they are doom. So, Black Sabbath, no one's going to beat Black Sabbath. It's Ozzy fucking Osbourne. No one's going to beat Black Sabbath. So, there's no point talking anymore. Black Sabbath is the best doom metal band. Candlemass almost probably second. If that's cheating, I'll put Candlemass top. Otherwise, Black Sabbath's top. Now, next, the hardest one for me, and this is the last one. I say it's the last one. I don't know. Metalcore. Metalcore. I'm not too familiar with a lot of metalcore bands. I mean, I like Killswitch Engage, early Avenged Sevenfold. What else? Fucking Parkway Drive. Metalcore is such a huge genre that it's just, I have no idea what would be top. I don't know who puts what top, to be honest. But seeing as though Parkway Drive is headlining festivals now and stuff, I'm going to say them, because I haven't seen any of them, well, although Avenged Sevenfold has. But Avenged Sevenfold has now changed from metalcore to traditional heavy metal, and they are a lot more famous for it. So I think I'm going to put Parkway Drive as the top of this one. Killswitch could easily take it as well. Killswitch could easily take it, because I do really love Killswitch, but Parkway are bigger. Parkway are a lot bigger. They're doing stadiums, they're doing festivals, like, really high up on the bill. So I think Parkway should be the top of metalcore. I mean, there's probably bands, because I'm doing this on the fly, that I've missed out. So tell me in the comments what metalcore bands I've missed out. For deathcore, I'm not a big fan. Well, I like deathcore, but I've not heard a lot. So this would just be from other people's opinions, because I know Carnifex, I know Whitechapel, I know Suicide Silence, stuff like that. But outside of the mainstream ones, I don't really know what people think is the best deathcore band. Suicide Silence is supposed to be pretty high, but recently they've gone to shit, people are saying. So I think Whitechapel is probably leading the pack, especially with the last album. Whitechapel is good. Whitechapel is good. So I'm going to put Whitechapel at the top. Tell me in the comments, people who love deathcore, what people think is the best deathcore band, because I have no idea. I'm just going to assume it's Whitechapel because I think they're fucking amazing. And I'm going to put Whitechapel at the top because they're just doing more stuff, more unique stuff with the sound rather than Suicide Silence and stuff. So yeah, that's the deathcore one. And am I missing anything? There's Industrial, which is Rammstein, obviously. If you wanted symphonic, if you wanted to split power and symphonic, Nightwish is the top of that. It's easily the top. Nightwish is fucking headlines. Nightwish is easily the fucking top. So Nightwish is the top of symphonic. Folk is kind of an obscure one. Like, I don't know, Elevate probably is the top because they're really famous. I wouldn't say if they're the best, but they're the most famous, so they're going to be top. And then you got loads of offshoots and subgenres, but these are the fucking main ones. I probably missed them out, so shout at me in the comments. But that's what I think are the best bands of each genre. So tell me in the comments below, ones I've missed out. Tell me how my list is wrong and what you would change, and tell me your favourites as well. What do you think is the best bands from each genre? Tell me in the comments below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.